continuing to read on Lecture on Haiti. Her language is French. Her literature is French. Her manners and fashions are French. Her ambitions and aspirations are French. Her laws and methods of government are French. Her priesthood and her education are French. Her children are sent to school in France, and their minds are filled with French ideas and French glory. But a deeper reason for the coolness between the countries is this: Haiti is black, and we have not yet forgiven Haiti for being black, or given the Almighty for making her black. In this enlightened act of repentance and forgiveness, sorry about that, our boasted civilizations is far behind all other nations. In every other country on the globe, as citizen of Haiti, is sure of civil treatment. In every other nation, his manhood is recognized and respected. Wherever any man can go, he can go. He is not repulsed, excluded, or insulted because of his color. All places of amusements and instruction are open to him. Vastly different is the case with him when he ventures within the border of the United States. Besides, after Haiti had shaken off the fetters of bondage, and long after her freedom and independence had been recognized by all other civilized nations, we continued to refuse to acknowledge the fact and treated her as outside the sisterhoods of nations. No people would be likely soon to forget such treatment and fail to resent it in one form or another. Not to do so would justly invite contempt. In the nature of the country itself, there is much to inspire. Its people with manliness, courage, and self-respect. In its topography, it is wonderfully beautiful, grand, and impressive. Clothed in its blue and balmy atmosphere, it rises from the surrounding sea in surpassing splendor. In describing the grandeur and sublimity of this country, the Haitian may well enough adopt a poetic description of our own proud country. A land of forest and of rock, of deep blue sea and mighty river, of mountains rare aloft to mark. The thunder shock, the lightning's quiver, my own green land forever. It is a land strikingly beautiful, diversified by mountains, valleys, lakes, rivers, and plains, and contains in itself all the elements of great and enduring wealth. Its limestone formation and foundation are a guarantee of perpetual fertility. Its tropical heat and insular moisture keep its vegetation fresh, green, and vigorous all the year round. At an altitude of 8,000 feet, its mountains are still covered with woods of great variety and of great value. Its climate, varying with altitude like that of California, is adapted to all constitutions and productions. Fortunate in its climate and soil, it is equally fortunate in its adaptation to commerce. Its shoreline is marked with numerous indentations of inlets, rivers, bays, and harbors, where every grade of vessel may anchor in safety. Bulwarked on either side by lofty mountains rich with tropical verdure from base to summit. Its blue water is dotted here and there with the white wings of commerce from every land and sea. The Bay of Port-au-Prince almost rivals the far-famed Bay of Naples, the most beautiful in the world. One of these bays have attracted the eyes of American statesmanship, the Mole Saint-Nicolas, of which we have heard much and may hear much more, is a splendid harbor. It is properly styled with the Gibraltar of that country. It commends the windward passage, the natural gateway of the commerce both of the new and old world. Important now, our statesmanship sees that it will be still more important when the Nicaragua Canal shall be completed. Hence, we want this labor for a naval station. It is seen that the nation that can get it and hold it will be master of the land and sea in its neighborhood. Some rash things have been said by Americans about getting possession of this harbor. We are to have it peacefully. If we must. I hardly think we shall get it by either process, for the reason that Haiti will not surrender peacefully, and it would cost altogether too much to wrest it from her by force. I thought in my simplicity, when Minister and Consul General to Haiti, that she might, as an act of comity, make this concession to the United States. But I soon found that the judgment of the American minister was not the judgment of Haiti. Until I made the effort to obtain it, I did not know the strength and vigor of the sentiment by which it will be withheld. Haiti has no repugnance so deep-seated and unconquerable as the repugnance to losing control over a single inch of her territory. No statesman in Haiti would dare to disregard this sentiment. It could not be done by any government without costing the country revolution and bloodshed. I did not believe that President Harrison wished me to press the matter to any such issue. On the contrary, I believe, as a friend to the colored race, he desired peace in that country. The attempt to create angry feeling in the United States against Haiti because she thought proper to refuse us the Mont Saint Nicolas. And neither reasonable nor creditable. There was no insult or broken faith in the case. Haiti has the same right to refuse that we had to ask, and there was insult neither in the asking nor in the refusal. I will end this and continue on.